What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Day, and in this video we're going to be continuing the MITRE room from TryHackMe, which is part of the cyber defense pathway, and today we're going to be going through task 5 through task 8. So let's get started. So MITRE Shield. So we're looking at Shield Active Defense. So MITRE Shield, per the website, Shield is an active defense knowledge-based MITRE is developing to capture and organize what we are learning about active defense and adversary engagement. Derived from over 10 years of adversary engagement experience, it spans the range from high-level CISO-ready considerations of opportunities and objectives to practitioner-friendly discussions on the TTPs available to defenders. The U.S. Department of Defense defines active defense as the employment of limited offensive action and counterattacks to deny a contested area or position to the enemy. Shield active defense is similar to the attack matrix, but the tactics and techniques provided to us enable us to trap and or engage with an adversary active within the network. For example, we can plant decoy credentials on a resource and monitor if or when the account's credentials are used elsewhere within the network. By doing this, we are alerted to the adversary's presence and provides the opportunity to learn about their tools and tactics. So the information that is gathered can be classified as threat intelligence. This is pretty interesting. So the concept of active defense is essentially, obviously, is a way of like trapping the attacker or the adversary in order for us to be able to monitor and understand their tools and tactics, so that we can use this for threat intelligence. So if you haven't done so, navigate to the Shield website. So let's open the Shield website and look at what it looks like. And if we look at the Shield website, this is what it looks like. And that is that. So here, each column, so across the Shield active defense matrix top, across the shield top are the tactics similar to the attack matrix. So let's look at the shield top. Across the shield top, let's see, is anything like that here? Getting started matrix, maybe. Looks like this might be it. Prepare, planning, collection, detection. See if there's anything else. I believe this is what it is. This is what the shield top is. This might just be a more recent one. Or let's see the full exploration. That is not it, but specifically looks like what we're talking about. So goals, approaches, activities, resources. Okay, so each column will list the associated will list the techniques associated with each tactic. So I guess each of these columns lists like the associated technique with these different tactics. So we see for like collection, API monitoring, network monitoring, detection, these different things that we can use for our active cyber defense. All right, so by clicking on the column header, we will be redirected to a page providing more information. So let's see, let's look at collection. Let's see. Okay, so collection, we can see here the different activities that we can do in terms of collection. So let's click on collect. At this point, we should already be familiar with how MITRE displays the information to us. Here we see a brief of collect, and associated ID along with the list of techniques, each with a brief description. So let's look at this particular decoy credentials one. Okay, it looks like that page is no longer available for some reason. Let me copy that again and try to put that page in. So let's see. Copy link, paste. Okay, it looks like that page is no longer available. However, we can still look at it from here. There's nothing like decoy credentials anymore here. So this might just be like an outdated version, which is why the links might not be working. So, but we try to make do with what we have available to us. So let's go back to TryHackMe and see what we're talking about. So aside from the summary, we are provided with opportunities, use cases, and procedures to perform this technique. Also note that this technique maps to other shield tactics yes, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it. This is also the case with the attack matrix. Finally, at the bottom is listed the attack techniques associated with the shield technique. Exploring the navigation options across the top links are provided to us to view the shield tactics and techniques as individual pages. This view is good if you want a summary of each at a glance. So under map and overview, in our case for initial access, so let's look at what initial access looks like. And once again, it looks like that page is outdated. So let us see if this is maybe a newer one, maybe. Yeah, it looks like this that the pages and the links in this room are kind of outdated. But yeah, we'll make it work and see what it looks like from recent activity. So the table lists the attack techniques and hints, opportunities on how to use the suggestive active technique, active defense technique in our environment. So all right, so after some research, I was able to figure out that MITRE, the shield active defense doesn't really exist anymore, and it's being replaced by MITRE engage. So it would be you would have to do like in-depth research and trying to find the answers to those questions, because like they're moving to a new framework, which is no longer going to be shield. It's going to be engage. And as it says here, MITRE engage replaces the MITRE shield knowledge base. Based on the technical feedback from the cyber community, we streamlined shield to focus on the areas of denial, deception, and adversary engagement. By bookending these engagements activities with strategic planning and analysis, we hope that the MITRE engage will help organizations to better plan and implement real-world adversary engagement strategies and advance the cybersecurity ecosystem. So that is what happened to shield. Essentially, MITRE is moving from shield to engage. So you would have to do some research on the questions asked in the shield active defense section. But yeah, that's that. So they might need to do some updating for this TryHackMe room. But with that said, let's move on to task 6. And in task 6, we're going to be looking at attack emulation plans. All right, so if these tools provided to us by MITRE are not enough, under MITRE Ingenuity, we have CTID, the adversary emulation library, and attack emulation plans. MITRE formed an organization named the Center of Threat Informed Defense, CTID. This organization consists of various companies and vendors from around the globe. Their objective is to conduct research on cyber threats and their TTPs and share this research to improve cyber defense for all. Some of the companies and vendors who are participants of CTID are Attack IQ, Verizon, Microsoft, Red Canary, Splunk. Per the website, our goal is to change the game on adversaries by relentlessly improving our collective ability to prevent, detect, and respond to cyber attacks. Adversary emulation library and attack emulation plans. The adversary emulation library is a public library making adversary emulation plans a free resource for blue and red teamers. The library and emulations are a contribution from CTID. There are 3 attack emulation plans currently available: APT3, APT29, and FIN6. The next attack emulation in the pipeline is FIN7. The emulation plans are a step-by-step guide on how to mimic the specific threat group. If any of the C-suite were to ask, how would we fare if APT29 hits us? This can be easily answered by referring to the results of the execution of the emulation plans. All right, so let's answer these questions. How many phases does APT emulation plan consist of? So let's open APT emulation plan and look at what it looks like. And if we look here, we can see we have 3 phases of the emulation plan: phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So our answer will be 3. All right, under persistence, what binary was replaced with cmd.exe? So let's look back at APT3. So we're looking for what binary was replaced with cmd.exe. So we want to look at the emulation plan for APT3. So okay, looks like we have a whole PDF, and what binary was replaced with cmd.exe. Let's do a quick search for cmd here. cmd.exe. Okay, so we have that. A lot of cmd.exe, 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 more cmd.exe, more cmd.exe. And right here, we see APT has replaced the sticky keys binary sethc.exe with cmd.exe. So sethc.exe was replaced with cmd.exe. So that would be our answer for this question. And we were able to find that by looking at the PDF for the actual APT3 adversary emulation plan PDF. It definitely contains like a lot of technical details. All right, so for the third question we're being asked, examining APT29, what two tools were used to execute the first scenario? And we're able to find that in the MITRE attack adversary emulation plan for APT29, and we can see here this content to execute the scenario was tested and developed using Puppy and Interpreter. So when we try to enter Puppy and Interpreter, we see the answer is incorrect. And if we look at the hint, it says for the second name you find what tool is it part of, and Interpreter is a part of Metasploit framework. So that would be our answer for that question. All right, so last question is, what tool was used to execute the second scenario? So let's look at the second scenario here. So scroll down, second scenario, we see this content was tested and developed using Push C2. And that'll be our answer for the second scenario. So Push C2. All right, and there we have it for attack emulation plans. Next, we'll be looking at attack and threat intelligence. All right, so threat intelligence, TI, or cyber threat intelligence, is the information or TTPs attributed to the adversary. By using threat intelligence as defenders, we can make better decisions regarding the defensive strategy. Large corporations might have an in-house team whose primary objective is to gather threat intelligence for other teams within the organization. Aside from using threat intel already readily available, some of this threat intel can be open source or through a subscription with a vendor such as CrowdStrike. In contrast, many defenders wear multiple hats within some organizations, and they need to take time from their other tasks to focus on threat intelligence. To cater to the later, we'll work on a scenario of using attack for threat intelligence. The goal of threat intelligence is to make information actionable. Scenario: you're a security analyst who works in an aviation sector. Your organization is moving their infrastructure to the cloud. Your goal is to use the attack matrix to gather threat intelligence on APT groups who might target this particular sector and use techniques targeting your areas of concern. You are checking to see if there are any gaps in coverage. After selecting a group, look over the selected group's information and their tactics, techniques, etc. All right, so what is a group that targets your sector who has been in operation since at least 2013? So we're looking for the aviation sector. So let's look at the MITRE framework and try to search for aviation. All right, so we have the MITRE enterprise framework. So we're looking for the aviation industry. So let's search for aviation and see what we can find. So what is a group that targets your sector who has been in operation since at least 2013? You can see 2013 right here. So let's open, let me open this one and see. I think I saw something about 2013 here. This will go on the energy sector in 2013. I don't think I don't think dragonfly is the answer we're looking for. So let's go back to our search and search for aviation. Okay, let's look at groups so we can find more groups. So we're looking for a group that has been in operation since at least 2013. So let's do a search for 2013, and this APT33 is since at least 2013. And okay, so these are the groups that are in the aviation industry. So let's try APT33 and see if that's our answer, because they fit. All right, they fit the memo. So APT33 is our answer. All right, so let's dig down into APT33. And the first question is, does this group use Stuxnet? So let's search for Stuxnet in this group. It's like there's no Stuxnet in this group. So the answer for that would be nay, because this group doesn't have any association with Stuxnet. All right, so as your organization is migrating to the cloud, is there anything attributed to this APT group that you should focus on? If so, what is it? So our organization is migrating to the cloud. Is there anything attributed to this APT we should focus on? If so, what would it be? So let's look at the different techniques used by these APT. Application layer protocol, archive collection data, collected data, boot or login, auto start execution, brute force, command and control, exploitation for privilege escalation, ingress tool, network sniffing. This. Okay, right here at the bottom, we can see cloud accounts, and we can see here that the use for this APT is APT33 has used compromised Office 365 accounts in tandem with Ruler in an attempt to gain control of endpoints. So I believe Ruler would be a tool that is used to abuse Microsoft Exchange accounts. So we're going to need to focus on cloud accounts for this APT. So that'll be our answer to that question. And what tool is associated with this technique? As we just saw, the tool is Ruler, which is a software or a tool that is used to abuse Microsoft Exchange services. I didn't spell that right. So Ruler. And then per the detection tip, what should you be detecting? So let's look back at that. So we're looking at APT33, cloud accounts. So let's open cloud accounts and see what the detection is. So per the detection tip, what should you be detecting? So detection, login session creation. See, there's specific detection here. There's no detection here. See, techniques. Let's open that up. Let's open this up too. Also have Ruler open as well. See, there's no detection here. There's no detection here for Ruler. For valid accounts, procedures, mitigations, detection, login session metadata, user account, monitor the activity of cloud accounts to detect abnormal or malicious behaviors, such as assessing information outside of the normal function of the account or account usage at atypical hours. So based off the answer format here, looks like abnormal or malicious behavior is what is the tip that we should be detecting. So let's copy that, and abnormal or malicious behavior will be our answer. All right, what platform does this affect? So if we look back into this, we will look right here, we can see okay, we're looking for platforms. So it affects Azure AD, Google Workspace, IaaS, Office 365, and SaaS platforms. So those would be our answers for what platforms this affects. All right, and that is that for the attack and threat intelligence. And finally, let's look at the conclusion. So in this room, we explored tools, resources that MITRE has provided to the security community. The room's goal was to expose you to these resources and give you a foundational knowledge of their uses. Many vendors of security products and security teams across the globe consider these contributions from MITRE invaluable in the day-to-day efforts to thwart evil. The more information we have as defenders, the better we are equipped to fight back. Some of you might be looking to transition to become a SOC analyst or detection engineer or cyber threat analyst like me, etc. So these tools or resources are a must know. As mentioned before, though this is not only for the defenders, as red teamers, these tools or resources are useful as well. Your objective is to mimic the adversary and attempt to bypass all the controls in place within the environment. With these resources as a red teamer, With these resources as the red teamer, you can effectively mimic a true adversary and communicate your findings in a common language that both sides can understand in a nutshell. This is known as proper teaming. Proper teaming definitely sounds interesting. It's something that I will be interested in down the line in my career. But with that said, thank you very much for watching this video. This was definitely a really interesting and informative room. Thanks to Heaven Riser for creating this room. And thank you to everyone for watching this video. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. And if you like the video, please be sure to smash the like button. Definitely helps us with the channel. And also be sure to share this video with anyone who you think it will provide value to. Also be sure to check out our website and join our Discord community. Definitely a great place to hang out, ask questions, and just be a part of other cybersecurity learners as well. So thank you very much once again for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.